Hello everyone, this is Kay, your girl here, for another Hollywood Exposed video. This is Hollywood Exposed Part 6, and this is a very special video. Instead of my usual video in the bathroom, I decided to film in my room. This is a very special Hollywood Exposed Part 6 because we're dealing with a very wicked man who a lot of people look up to. Millions of fans love X-Men, and I promised you guys I would do an X-Men expose, and this is what this is. Everyone loves X-Men. Everyone loves the comic books, the films. Anything to do with Marvel is a big blockbuster, you know. And as someone who loves comics myself and who has been a fan of X-Men films, it was very disturbing for me to find out a lot of this information I'm about to present to you today. And this video might run a little bit long, but I'm going to try my best to keep it as short as possible. Now, this information came out years ago, but it resurfaced recently in months when Mr. Michael Egan III brought these charges against Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer, who is an open homosexual, director of all the X-Men films, he was accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a teen boy named Michael Egan III when he was 17. These charges were brought up because they happened years ago, but nothing was done about it. So the case was brought back into the attention of the media. These situations happened around the year 2000, actually. So Mr. Egan is a grown man, but he wants justice, and rightfully so. What is going on is that Michael Egan, who was a young actor at the time trying to start his career as a teen star, was invited to the estate of Mr. Mark Collins Rector, who's the head of a company called Digital Entertainment Network at the time. He and other young male actors lived in a mansion called MSC Estates in Encino, California. He said that he met Mr. Bryan Singer at a party around this same time, and this is when the abuse started. He said he was given drugs, alcohol, threatened. These young men were threatened that some harm would come to them and their families. They were told to say they were gay, even though they were not, and forced to perform many acts. Excuse me, pardon me. Perform many sexual acts with not just Bryan Singer, but other men are cited in this lawsuit. Hollywood executive Garth Ancier, David Newman, and Gary Goddard have also been accused by Egan. Ancier was the president of BBC America Worldwide. He also worked for Fox, NBC, and WB networks. David Newman, also cited as the former president of Disney TV, also worked for Digital Entertainment Network, which Mark Collins Rector headed, who was also involved in the sexual acts. Gary Goddard, head of design firm that created theme parks for Universal Studios, was cited. Egan says all three of them were a part of an illicit sex ring that also abused him, involving Bryan Singer as well. It's also interesting to note that Singer was also sued in 1997 by another 14-year-old male actor who said he was forced to strip nude. I'm just reading my notes here. For a shower scene in the film Apt Pupil. Singer's attorney has denied these allegations and claims that they have proof that he was in Hawaii during the time these alleged, I must say alleged, assaults took place. It's very disturbing that these things will come out about this director that's been acclaimed with this blockbuster comic series. But I must also point out that Bryan Singer, who I mentioned is an open homosexual, also admitted that X-Men is nothing more than a code word for gay men. And that he uses this film to promote gay life. The X-Men, who are the mutants shown with extraordinary supernatural abilities, are seen as special, whereas the normal people in the film are really portraying the straight people as being boring and uninteresting, because homosexuality to him is special and even divine. Good Fight Ministries did an expose on Bryan Singer, talking about how X-Men is really code word for gay men. These films are promoting a homosexual lifestyle just beneath the surface, and even feature a coming out scene in one of the films from 2001. I believe this was X-Men 2. You can check out the link below this video to click on Good Fight Ministries expose on why X-Men is really a promotion of homosexuality. But other than that, these pedophilic accusations are really disturbing, and there's nothing new in Hollywood. Corey Feldman also on ABC News years back talked about how he was molested. He and Corey Haim, his best friend, who was featured in many films during the 80s and died of a drug overdose a few years back, that they were molested by many big-name Hollywood men, and that pedophilia is the biggest problem in Hollywood. And he wrote a memoir talking about this. So basically, when you go see X-Men, this is what you need to think about. If you have children who are fans of these films, please do your research on this man. He's a very sick person, and these aren't fun family films. They really have agenda behind them. And any man who would be charged with molestation and a part of this kind of abuse is not somebody you want to support. When you watch these films and pay your money to see them, you're actually supporting someone with a very sick mind. Again, do your research, people. That's my Hollywood Exposed. Most of this information I got from a website called Beginning and End. You can check out the link to see more on this article about the assaults and the abuse. It goes deeper into detail. And also the Good Fight Ministries expose on what X-Men is really about. So that's the end of my video. What do you think about this? I know it's very shocking. And comment below, and I'll have another episode of Hollywood Exposed very soon. So remember, peace and love, and God bless. Bye.